We have two trades to talk about, one between the Boston Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks, and the other, a trade that you're gonna have to do a double take with. In fact, let's start out with the weirder of the two trades between the San Jose Sharks and the Carolina Hurricanes. Take a look at this and analyze it really carefully. The San Jose Sharks acquire a 5th-round pick in exchange for Kyle Masters and a 4th-round pick. Just really think about that trade for a minute. The Sharks are trading away a guy and a 4th for a 5th. And that sounds really strange on the surface. It must seem like Kyle Masters, the defenseman going over to the Carolina Hurricanes, is a really negative piece. Why would you pay a higher draft pick to get rid of a guy? But the thing is, Kyle Masters is 22 years old. He is in the ECHL for the Wichita Thunder. He's gotten 3 points in 10 games. He is a right-handed defenseman. He's a former 118th overall pick by Minnesota. Kyle Masters, all things considered, is not really too significant in this deal. But what is significant is the fact that Masters is being traded in the first place. You might look at a trade like this, talk about a player and a 4th for a 5th-round pick, and say that San Jose is out to lunch. They're losing their marbles. But Frank Seravalli goes out there and gives us the scoop as to why this went down. If this feels like a weird deal, it's because Michael Misa will count against the Sharks' 50 contract limit when he plays his 10th game, and San Jose needed to move out a body. Which is why the Sharks traded Masters and a 4th for a 5th. They downgraded one of their picks to the next round and the next year in order to get rid of one of these guys on a contract. They needed to do this for Michael Misa, who of course is their 2nd overall pick. He is very, very good. Frank goes out there and says this. In other words, the Hurricanes get some draft board arbitrage in exchange for taking on Masters' contract, who is playing in the ECHL, and he is out for the season. So, yeah, Michael Misa, you are making a very big impact on the San Jose Sharks. You are causing the team to downgrade their own draft picks and ship out guys just to keep you. Misa, 18 years old, has scored himself a whopping 3 points in 9 games played. He's got 1 point in 2 AHL games, and he was a point per game for Team Canada at the World Juniors, although I think a lot of people would say that Michael Misa was, he's kind of disappointing at that tournament, not gonna lie. 7.7 games sounds nice until you realize that he didn't really make that much of an impact in the games that he probably should have. Yes, he had some points here against Denmark and Team Slovakia, but the guy needed to show up when the going was tough, and he didn't really do that. So, yeah, Michael Misa, lots to like out of you, but still. Heading back over onto the trade here, Kyle Masters, I mean, this is a guy that I don't think really has any significant NHL potential. ECHL guy for now, injured guy for now. He's 22 years old, and I mean, the Elite Prospects Draft Guide says this. He's a play planner, moving the puck, not to the most obvious target, but the one that creates the most favorable situation up the rink. He activates into the rush by filling space on the weak side as the trailer or becoming a forward in every situation. He sprints past his man, establishing body positioning if necessary, and adjusts his route and speed to become a passing option. That's a very reasonable scouting report for a guy who, at the time, was drafted out of the Red Deer Rebels in the WHL. That was the weird COVID year where the dub was under a very different sort of lens and the production was all over the place. I don't think the OHL even played in that season. But then, inevitably, Kyle Masters scored 65 points in 66 Kamloops Blazers games as a double overage player. Really good numbers, but that didn't really translate to immediate AHL or ECHL point-producing success. I mean, last year, 13 points in 27 Iowa Heartlanders games. That's fine, but Kyle Masters going over to Carolina is essentially just another lottery ticket for a Canes team that likes to get lottery tickets. And in order to get the lottery ticket, they needed to sacrifice a 5th-round pick. but it's all good because they got themselves a fourth. Now, let's move over to the other trade that went down earlier today, Boston and Anaheim. The Anaheim Ducks have acquired Jeffrey Viel in exchange for Anaheim's 4th-round 2026 draft pick. The pick will be the earlier of Anaheim's 2 4th-round selections, originally acquired from Detroit and Philadelphia. So, it seems like the stipulations may apply to just the draft pick itself rather than the actual trade. I don't know if Boston went out there and negotiated with Anaheim and said, okay, yeah, well, we want the earlier of your 2 picks from Detroit or Philadelphia. It doesn't seem like that's the case. If we head over to puckpedia.com and we take a look at the 2026 NHL Draft, let's just go over to the 6th round over here. Look at that, Vancouver, projected 1st overall pick. They're so bad this year. All right, 4th round pick, excuse me. 4th round pick. Let's scroll down over here and take a look at Anaheim. You also have this Philadelphia pick over there. All right, the Anaheim Ducks acquired Viel from the Bruins for a 4th. The Philadelphia Flyers acquired Trevor Zegras from the Ducks for Paling and a 2025 2nd and this 4th round pick. Okay, that is pretty interesting. And then you also have the Peter Mrazek trade, which saw the Red Wings give over a 4th round pick to Anaheim. So I guess the trade stipulation does indicate that whichever one of these picks is earlier, Boston will be receiving. But Jeffrey Viel is heading over to Anaheim here. 28-year-old winger, 6'1", 214, a guy who was undrafted. He's an agitator, an energy forward, a leader, and this season in the NHL, he had 0 points in 10 Boston Bruins games. But hey, he's playing a little bit above his pay grade at that stage. The fact that he's even getting NHL games is a blessing in itself. He also had 37 points in 68 AHL games with Providence last year, and 40 points in 69 Manitoba Moose games 2 years ago. Jeffrey Viel is definitely somebody whose name you've probably heard of, considering the fact that he was in San Jose, bouncing up and down between their Sharks and Barracuda system, and then he played for the Acadie Bathurst Titan in the QMJHL before he ended up signing his pro deal. So, long storied career here for Jeffrey Viel. Who knows if he'll be able to actually suit up for the Anaheim Ducks. They do have some guys that play that agitator, aggressor, energy forward kind of role. The ones that come to my mind, of course, you do have who's the guy that we made a video about? Jansen Harkins. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. He's on this team, so is Ryan Strome. You have on D, of course, Radko Gudas and Jacob Trouba. Who knows if Jeffrey Viel will be able to get a cup of coffee with this group of guys, but for now, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this trade? Jeffrey Viel for the earlier of Anaheim's 2 4th-round picks, either from Detroit or Philadelphia. What are your thoughts on the other trade, the weird one going down between San Jose and Carolina? Kyle Masters and a 4th for a 5th-round pick. It's all done to open up space for Michael Misa. Let me know in the comments all your opinions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.